Hi, this is Ron Paulk. The Smart Woodshop design is getting very close. It's been very close, and then I made some radical changes, which I went over in another video. And now I've made another change. I've been shopping around for a truck vault, a drawer that is weatherproof and lockable for my upcoming F-150. I'm not only going smaller with the shop, but as you know, I'm going smaller with the truck. I also am planning on putting a canopy on the truck, which I never do. I hate canopies. I like an empty pickup bed, and I like a set of track rack lumber racks. It's a rail system you put on the bed, and then you slide the racks on, and then on the very front one, I add the cantilever which goes over the cab. And I can haul lumber, and I can haul stuff to the dump, and I just find them, I have an absolute rule. And the guys that used to work for me when I had multiple trucks and they would have to drive in the trucks is nothing is in the bed of that truck unless you're transporting it from one job to another. It is not a rolling dumpster. So putting a canopy on really limits my ability to jump up in the bed and tie things down. And I just find for construction, no canopy and an empty bed is the way to go. But my primary business anymore is photography. And so I'm shooting a lot of real estate, and I'm out with my camera gear. And so the truck is going to work both in our remodeling business, our construction business, and in a camera business. So I want a drawer that goes in the bed that I can then put a piece of plywood over and kind of split it so that I can open the back of it, put some stuff, and then have this drawer underneath it that goes all the way full length just on one side of the bed. This is what I ended up finding from Truck Vault, and it's exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm thinking about putting one of these in and then putting a piece of plywood, a nice 3/4 piece of that non-skid that I'm going to be getting from Moreland for the Smart Woodshop floor, in across, and then actually cutting it across this way so that, and putting a lift up handle just like I do in the drawers in the Smart Shop, so that I can slide on this side my lighting bag with the stands and stuff. It's really long and it's got wheels on it. I want to be able to roll it under here and then put my other camera bags in here and be able to lock them, and then the tailgate will close and it locks remotely in these F-150s. And then I want to put a canopy on, one for further protection. The lighting gear will be in, not in a weatherproof drawer. And also the thought that we could camp in it, so I could put a nice pad in there. We could throw a blanket, a quilt, and we could do some light camping. Mainly we do a lot of early morning sunrise and shoots, and we get up very early in the morning and head out hours to get somewhere by 5, 6 in the morning. And so our thought was we could go up the night before and camp. So it's not like long-term camping, but it'd be nice instead of pitching a tent to be able to do that. And so anyway, it just kind of changes our needs. And so I'm having to mix the two. And so I'm not going to have a dump truck, a truck to throw debris in. But when I do my remodels are mostly larger. I don't do a lot of little stuff. So I usually have a recycled dumpster brought in. And then it's a large 20 or 40 yarder depending on the size of the job. So I'm going to work it out, and I'm going to put a canopy, a really nice color match canopy on, and give us room to kind of camp in there and keep the gear all safe. I'll put a remote lock on the canopy as well, so one click locks the truck, the tailgate, and the canopy door, as well as lock this gear up. This gave me an idea, which I was already doing in the Smart Woodshop in another area, but it just didn't click. So what I've done is, I was already doing long drawers here. I did it in the Awesome Rolling Toolbox. A couple of them, I just went larger on this one, a single large instead of two narrower ones. And I already had one long drawer in the bottom here. And what I had done was I had a couple of these cabinets mounted on the front here because I didn't want to give up all this space with the Viewtainer. So I had the Viewtainer set on this side, and I was going to get some hardware and I was going to roll it out. Well, I just got to looking at the one vault drawer down below, and I said, I would like these long drawers. After kind of studying the truck vault and sort of visualizing how I was going to use the truck vault drawer, pull it out and really be able to have my camera gear organized in there and, you know, be able to slide it back in. So these 6 foot long drawers will work out perfect. So they'll give me all that space, and I'm really looking forward to figuring out how to use them. I think they're going to be, I know they're going to be very handy. But that also lets me put the Viewtainer back up here. It's static now, so I don't need any hardware. So officially, I don't have any hardware in the Smart Woodshop. Cost, breaking, all of that kind of stuff. So I am pretty excited about making it smarter. Now, I am almost done. So I'm ready, just about to take it apart and figure out my cut list. But what I'm gonna do is, there's a couple things. One is I typically build cabinets, the sides go through and I do spreaders, just like a kitchen cabinet. But I noticed that some of these I built with the sides not going through. So I think I'm gonna adjust everything so the sides go through to keep uniformity. Not a big deal, but I'm gonna do that. I'm also gonna go down and remeasure my larger tools and see if I need to increase this space right here. I have this part of the Viewtainer here is not tall enough for the tall ones, and it's taller than I need for the short ones. So I can come down a few inches. I certainly wouldn't mind leaving these 2 drawers and making this one a little shallower, so I could give up a few inches there. And then here, I've got this for my tracks. So, and then this wider one for the double stack framing level that I use. So I'm going to double check those dimensions and see if I can give up any height here. So this may be the one that messes me up, but I've also gone to these extendable levels that will cover, that are smaller. I showed them in another video in a mail call that Stabila sent me, these new levels. And one of them will replace a number of shorter static levels. And so what I may be able to do is give up one of these slots, maybe 2, and then go to fewer levels, which less is better. Less is better. So I think I'm gonna be able to, if I need to get this taller, I don't wanna go any taller with it because I have my 2 benches. I have the compact bench and the total station stacking here, and I have about a few inches of room before I hit the rafters, and I'm gonna have other things hanging from the rafters. I want room to get them up. So I don't wanna tighten, I don't wanna go any taller with the top here. But I wouldn't mind bringing the bottom down if I need the space. And that would lower that putting those heavy tools, because this is just gonna be a big open garage to just slide in big tools wherever they fit. You know, it's not gonna be a particular place. As long as they slip in there, and this lip will keep them from falling out. That's where I'm at. Once I get that figured out and adjusted to a little bit taller, which I hope to do, and make a few adjustments to these. Oh, one more thing I'm gonna do is I have adjusted these spacings on these to like 2 inches. I'm gonna measure my smallest nail gun, and I'm gonna adjust these so that they will easily fit the smallest one in. I think the way I've got them now, they're a little tight for the smallest one. And I think so I'm gonna go with that and just make it a multiple of that. And I've got all the jigs designed for these, and I'm gonna show you those in another video that's gonna make this build absolutely CNC perfect and as fast as the CNC. All right, so that's where the Smart Woodshop is. I am still waiting on Moreland to send me a tracking number on my plywood. So I don't think it went out this week because they've been really good to communicate with me. They've been waiting on the 1/4 inch, and I think it came in and they just had to break it down and get it on my load. But I didn't get a tracking number. It's Friday, so I'm assuming it won't be till Monday. But I'll let you know as soon as I get the tracking number. Then I can put a date on when I'm gonna get down to the shop and start making some sawdust. And the first thing I'll do is be replacing the floor. And I still have to go down and tear the existing floor up, which I will do a video on that as well so you can see what that entails. All right, that's where the Smart Woodshop is at the moment. I will keep you updated. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Have a great day.